Hey everybody, what is up? I'm here. We're here at Sparkles Sugar Gaming, and today we're doing Q&A. So with Q&A, we're gonna be talking game talk, anime talk. I'm pretty much answering questions. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go through each question that I was asked throughout the week, and we're gonna answer it, and I'm gonna give you my candid, honest opinion. So let's get started. Okay, so first question is favorite game of all time. That's a hard one, right? Because I have two games that it's really hard for me to say. It's either Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or this is gonna sound so lame, and I know someone's gonna say something to me, or Bratz Rock Angels. I know it's like a stupid choice and people are gonna be like, what are you talking about? But that game was so fun. It was so fun. Oh no. See, this is hard because then there's Monkey Ball from GameCube, and then we have Mortal Kombat. These are all so I guess if I had to choose my favorite and the best replayability, I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That's my final answer. So that's number one. Number two, game you spent the most time trying to beat. Off the rip, Bloodborne. Anyone who's played the Dark Souls franchise should understand what I'm talking about. It's almost impossible. The fact that it's a rare accomplishment to beat the first boss should show you that this game is something else. For me, Bloodborne, I still haven't beat it to this day, so don't get it twisted. I have not beaten it. I think I'm on a third boss. When you go into the cellar and you have to be that spider type creature. I have not beat that. I am not done with that. So yeah, that's the one that I'm gonna say that I spent the most time trying to beat, because you didn't say I had to complete it, but I tried my best to beat it. Favorite game character. I don't know, I like Katana. She's a OG classic. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Now I have to really sit and think, because I wasn't trying not to be I'm gonna write it down, I'm gonna script it, and I'm gonna, make sure I have all my answers properly ready. So I'm really thinking off the rip. I guess if I had to choose just speaking wise, I don't know. Cause then I think of Trevor for Grand Theft Auto, and I'm he's a character within himself, so that's somebody that I'd be okay, he's my favorite. But I guess, crap. Okay, I'm gonna say Trevor, final answer, but don't quote me on it, don't at me, because it might change after I get a little bit more time to think. Favorite anime character, Michiko from Michiko Hatchet. That's already, she won off the rip. She is so many things to me. She's representation. She's beautiful. She's tough. She's loving. She's caring. Everything in one. She's every character on the gamut. And she's everything that in anime I feel she hit. The strong female character, woman of color, beautiful. Everything about her is just fantastic. So Michiko from Michiko and Hatchet. What type of videos are gonna be on my channel? Okay, so this one is kind of broad, because the thing is that I want to give versatility. I want to be able to say that you can come and watch gaming reviews, because I really like to review video games, but I also want to be you can come here and just watch gaming videos, or just talk, or just do live streams of us doing stuff. So I'm gonna say we're gonna be speaking on anime series, we're gonna be speaking on gaming, we're gonna be giving gaming reviews, and I say we as if it's more than one person. It's just me right for now. I'm also gonna be doing gameplay. Love gameplay. That's what started this whole channel, is because I'm obsessed with gameplay, and every chance that I get, I'm just watching that. If it's not Dashi, it's Corey Kenshin. If it's not Corey Kenshin, then it's Call Me Kevin. If it's not Call Me Kevin, it's Jay from the Cub Scouts. If it's not him, it's Gloom. It's Carmen King. Don't let me forget her, Carmen King. So all these YouTubers have really made me take oh well, I spend a lot of time watching them, so I might as well do it myself. So here we are. So is that okay? What else? All right. someone says, what other games are you into? So, I am in a few different categories, right? I like stealth games. So Hitman is one of my favorite games of all time. So that one would explain like how I like stealth games, things of that nature. I like things like Grand Theft Auto, which are more mission based and things like that, like in that genre. I like Bloodborne. I like the whole quest. I'm gonna get ripped apart, but I'm just gonna say like Dungeons and Dragons type aesthetic of just mystical lands. Like I love that. I love the fact that it's like, you know, you have to, it's not just come in and swing your blade and then you're just done. It's like you have to physically learn how to play. There is no like, oh, I'm just gonna take a shortcut and just, you know, just slash and gash through it. No, you have to learn how to dodge, how to attack, when to dodge, when to attack. So there's that. What else? I like games too that are like, you know, I've been trying to get into RPGs, but I don't know, something about it. Like I played League of Legends and it's just been like, you know, I have to like get into it. I love Sims, everything about Sims, like because I'm a gamer girl, so of course I love Sims because it's like my favorite game of all time. So it's Sims. And also like, I don't know, I'm trying to like think like, whew, on the spot questions. I just think that those are like the main staple games that I can say that I just continuously enjoy and rebuy and want to like do. So puzzle games, stealth games, strategy games, just straight up like, okay, I'm gonna go and just start guns a-blazing. One thing I don't like though, and people are probably gonna get on me for it, I don't like first-person shooters. It makes me very nervous. Like Resident Evil Biohazard was a trip for me. The fact that it was just first person the whole game, it made me so nervous, and it's like an anxiety level. Like even Call of Duty, it gives me anxiety unless it's zombie mode. But if it's Call of Duty, I can't like get into it because I feel like I'm like always on like a constant thing. And I understand someone's gonna say, well, you look at life in a first person mode, so what do you mean anxiety? But it's more so an anxiety that I would say would be more tracked to like, I can't see everything. And since I'm like used to like the third person view, that's what I want to keep, is a third person view. Okay, so what's the next one? What games do I have for PS4? Okay, so the games that I have for PS4 are Spider-Man, Bloodborne. I also have Hitman Hitman Collector's Edition, my bad. I have Grand Theft Auto 5, I have Friday the 13th, I have Resident Evil 2 and Biohazard. I'm like looking over here because like all my games are like stacked up over here, so I'm like trying to like look through and see. What else? I have dumb games like Order Up. Like I love Order Up. I also have, crap, I'm trying to like think, and it's like I don't have my PS4 on, so it's kind of like, what else do I have? I mean, like I'm like such like with my gaming and stuff, it's like I always feel guilty to buy another game until I complete another game, so it's been kind of Devil May Cry. I do have Devil May Cry 5, so I have also that. Yeah, and Go to Sleep, which is like a puzzle game, because I love like little puzzle games like that. So that's great. What else? Next question. I should have had this ready. I'm like such an unprepared YouTuber. Okay, what's the first game that you ever played? And what's your favorite iCloud look? Because that's kind of like a little mix. Shout out to, you know. Shout out for that. Okay, so since this is predominantly gaming, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say that my first game that I ever played, that would be on the Game Boy. And the Game Boy, what did I have for that? Oh my gosh, I had old school Mario Brothers. You know, like the one where you have to like climb up the ladder and you have to like go again, like make sure that the barrel don't hit you. Like that was the first video game that I ever played. My mother and my aunt kept telling me, I don't know why I'm saying mother, my mom and my aunt, they bought it for me when I first got a like place. What is going on with me today? When I first got my Game Boy, they were like, that game is so fun, it's the best game out there, da 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 da. and that's what I played. I mean, honestly, am I a fan of it too much? From the quality of what it was back then, yes, it was entertaining, but now, I mean, of course, games evolve, things get better. Like, we're to the point where now games look like cinematic movies, but I mean, I'm still to this day, like, I feel like they were more plotting, like, okay, let her get that game so I can play it, because they used to always be like, let me borrow your Game Boy, let me borrow your Game Boy, because they wanted to play it. Okay, so what's the next one? Thoughts on the Devil May Cry series. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna be a poser. I have not finished the game. So far, I really like it. I feel like the aesthetic of it is very, like, appealing, and the fighting is not, like, I don't know if you ever had it that you play like a fighting game that's like more so like, it's just more so like how many hits can you get in and not really strategy. I like the ones where it's kind of like I gotta kind of learn my opponent, kind of go back and forth, understand that. So I really like that one. So yeah, I would say that the series itself, I think it's a great series. I think that it's something that I would like to explore more, because when I was younger I didn't have a PS2 and I didn't have a PS3. I had like GameCubes and Wii's and stuff like that, and Xbox. So anyone who's like, oh, you're against Xbox, I'm not. I used to have an Xbox and that's all I would play. But nevertheless, when I had it, I just recently got into the series. So far I like it though. It's not anything that I would say like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. No, it's a really good game. And just, I got the remastered version, so it looks really nice even for an older game. So I'm gonna say that the series so far, what I'm getting out of it, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And the only reason I'm giving it an 8 is because sometimes it's very confusing in the game on where you need to go, and on top of it, sometimes like the camera angle shifts are not pleasant to me, so it makes it hard. Like when you're jumping, when you have to jump to the pillars to get to a certain item, sometimes like it's just like confusing. I understand that's the whole point, to confuse you so it can be harder to get up there, but sometimes I just want to get to the item. I don't want to go through the whole camera changes. Okay, so what else? This segue is great. What are your thoughts on the Devilman Crybaby series on Netflix? Okay, so I just binged that at like 4 a.m. 2 nights ago, and words cannot describe how I feel about it. I think that cinematically it was beautiful. If anyone has ever seen Belladonna of Sadness, it gives me that feel in a more modern version, the way that they drew it, almost like water paint. I love that. I love that it doesn't have the traditional flow of anime, and when I say that, don't get at me, I mean that it just seems like a very fresh take on it, instead of just like the same kind of, I guess, like whatever character structure and movement that they take. This was a little bit more fluid, but the creator of it was also the creator, if I'm not mistaken, don't at me, if the creator was the person who made Fooly Cooly, which has that same type of very flowy, very, I'm gonna say, very interesting type of like animation. Like the animation itself just kind of flows just like as if it's water. So I love that. Storyline wise, and I'm gonna do this review without giving any spoilers because someone might have not watched it yet. Storyline wise, very strong storyline. Loved it. Felt that the characters Rio and Akira were very compatible together in a way that I'm trying to do it without giving spoilers. Very compatible in a way that I can say that I made it very interesting to me when you watch their dynamic, how they get along, how everything ends up with their relationship. So that's great. I think that the message, if you watch it and you really listen to what the message is, I think is beautiful. And I think that the whole series in all, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 is because I feel like the last 2 episodes for the finale were very rushed, and it could be just because I love the series so much that I just wanted it to be like longer, and I wanted like, oh my gosh, give me more. It just seemed like everything was just kind of compact into one, and then once they did that, it was like almost like, oh my gosh, like what? I felt like this is 2 episodes. I felt like it was just like 1 episode, but there's a lot of information in the last 2 episodes, a lot of things that were just kind of like, I don't know. Okay, so what's another one that I saw? Okay, what games do you play? Okay, we already answered that, so I'm doing double zoopy. PlayStation or Xbox? Okay, so right now I am predominantly PlayStation 4. That is what I choose, that's what I like. Now the reason I like it is because I like the controller. I feel like it's less clunky than the Xbox. Since I was a long-term Xbox user, I can say that it was less clunky. So with that being less clunky, it makes it that now is like, you know, I don't have to worry about like, I don't know, like sometimes to me, I have very long fingers, so don't send me like, oh well, she has enough hand to hold that. But to me, it just has a very clunky feel to it versus the PlayStation, which is a little bit more sleek. I like the aesthetic of PlayStation more. It's a little bit more vibrant, and I just like, I've gotten used to it over the years, and I like the music when you turn it on, so I'm gonna say PlayStation. But love for Xbox. Xbox had a lot of great games. It had a lot of great stuff, even with small features that were not related to gaming, like Zune, when that was a thing. They had great music selection that could just flow through. It was free 99, so it was great. So okay, it says anime that I'm currently watching. I'm gonna say right now Devilman Crybaby, which I just finished. I cannot pronounce it, and I'm not gonna play myself right now on camera. But what I did watch was a Netflix series. If you go through it, it's about students. They're in a high school, and the high school is actually a front for gambling. They all do extreme gambling, and they all have it that the stakes get higher and higher with each person. It starts off, this is not a spoiler, it starts off with this whole thing about if you lose a bet and you don't have money and you want to keep betting, what you're betting now is your life, which is you becoming a house pet. If you're a boy, you become a house dog. If you're a girl, you become a kitty. You have to do whatever anyone that is above you says to do. So now that alone made me say, okay, well, let me see how this is gonna pan out. Drama, 10 out of 10. Anticipation, 10 out of 10. Just the sheer like nerve of it all, 10 out of 10. So I've been watching that. What else? Aretsuko. I'm a big Hello Kitty fan, so when I saw Aretsuko was a production of Hello Kitty, I already knew I was gonna like it. When I was younger, I used to watch the Hello Kitty tapes, so like I loved it. Hello Kitty tapes, it makes it sound like it's something like really like sinister, probably because of the Hello Kitty murder. If you ever want to watch something creepy, watch that. But yeah, I watched that. Aretsuko, it's really good. Like, it's very slice of life meets comedy. Like, it's nice. Like, it's an adult rendition of Hello Kitty in my favor. Like, it's really nice. So it's that. What else? I need recommendations. Okay, so recommendation wise, I'm going to say that so the two films that two series that I've already recommended, I say those are great. What else? I feel like something like I'm trying to think. I watched a lot of great ones, and it's just like hard for me to keep up. OG classic that I'm gonna recommend: Full Metal Alchemy, Samurai Champloo. What else? I'm trying to think. Like, it's like a really good thing, and it's like for some reason animes are like something that I watch and then I forget until I see it again. I say, oh yeah, I watched that. What else is one that I really love and I cannot think of it? Parasite. Parasite is fantastic. It is fantastic. Future Diaries is really good. All these are going more towards the action realm, so I'm gonna say that. Funny wise, I'm gonna say Backstreet Girls. That's really good. It's on Netflix. What else? Yeah, so these are really good recommendations that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, if you want more, just ask me. But and I'll do like a real video, like a curated list of each one of like 1 to 10 of ones that I would recommend. But for now, that's like to me the best ones that I'm gonna say, like, you know, I really like would recommend it. What else? It was another one that I saw that I really liked. If I'm not mistaken, I hope that I don't butcher the question because I can't find it as fast as I want to. Oh, there it is. See, sorry for the stall. So it was like, which one do you think is the biggest, don't get at me if I don't pronounce this right, Shonen protagonist, Boruto, Asta, or Deku? Okay, so Boruto, I have not get into it too much, but I'm familiar with it. Asta, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it, so I can't speak on it too much. But Deku, I'm gonna say, in my opinion, from against Boruto, because I'm sorry I can't, you know, speak on the other one. With Boruto, to me, is kind of like a successor type series, so it's not like it's like something that, not to be, no no offense to Boruto fans, to me it's something that, like, I don't know, like, I feel like with the series itself, it could be that no matter what, Boruto is going to be the champion because of Naruto and being his father. But to me, I think it's Deku. And this is why I'm gonna say it, right? First of all, in the series, I feel like his character is showing the most growth as a person, and it's just kind of like growing into it. And I understand that Boruto just started, but still, I just feel like Deku, in my opinion, is more so. And I think that he has a message that most people want to hear, no offense to Boruto, that even if you don't have these abilities, even if you don't have these type of things that make you special, because anyone who watch the series, we all know what Deku's problem is. It has it that it makes you feel like I can triumph anything no matter what. And that's just the energy I think that we all want to hear. We all want to hear that even if we're not meant to do this, if we put our heart and soul and energy into it, we can do it. And that's the energy that you get from him, because no matter what happens, no matter if his legs get broke, his arm get broke, he gonna keep going. And he's gonna get better. So it's just kind of like, so far with that series, I feel like he is gonna be the new successor of, like, I'm not gonna say like Goku status, because I'm not gonna like give that energy yet until it's done, but it's giving me very like the hero that we all want and we all want to be around. But that's just me. Again, don't at me. Don't at me. I don't need nobody coming at my comments talking about, you know, you're wrong. But I mean, you could call me wrong. If you have a reason why, that's even great. If you have a reason why that you feel like something is like, oh, okay, I don't wanna like, I don't wanna have it that, I'm trying to like word this properly, and I'm trying to be as unedited and like, that I could be. But pretty much, if you feel like I'm wrong, in a polite, respectful way, which I know it might not be that way, in a way that I can like just say, you know, we could read and be adults about it. Comment below who you feel is the newest emerging protagonist in anime. I mean, anything that you have a debate against with me or that you like, you can comment below. I'll take anything, you know. I'll take anything. But that's the whole thing though. I feel like Deku is gonna be the one. I just feel like he has that vibe, and honestly I just like his character in a whole. He's just like, to me, he just gives the vibes. Him and his mother alone, like, I love the character type that they gave them, and I love the feeling of the show and all that. And like, I understand like he has like All Might like on top of him, and it's kind of like, okay, like we're giving him that whole protagonist feel and him taking over and all that, you know. Don't want to spoil it for anybody, but at the same time, I do say that just as a whole, as a character, he is a really good character to look up to, a really good character to kind of like people can see themselves. Because how I know we've all been told things that we can and can't do, that we know I can do that and I'll do it well. So I feel like he gives that energy, and I'm gonna say, I'm confidently saying that he is going to be the new emerging character in the anime scene that will be the new biggest protagonist. Okay, this is good too. Which console had the best run in their prime? PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360? Now, I did not have these consoles, but I did bum off my cousins and come to their house and play their games when people told me you have to let her play. So, I do know about it. Okay, so on a whole decision-wise basis, I feel like that, and don't give me hate, I'm not trying to be like biased, but PlayStation 2 had it. They had so many great games. Like, they had a lot of great games, and just the system itself, the startup, all that was just, it just gives nostalgia. It's raining over me right now. So I'm gonna say that like they had a lot of great games for PlayStation 2. Like, see, I'm not even gonna be phony and pretend. I'm gonna have to Google because I can't remember. I just feel nostalgia. So let's look up. Let's do popular PS2 games. Okay, because I know it's gonna hit me with nostalgia when I see it. Okay, so San Andreas. So of course, remember I was so upset. Like mini story time. I used to go to Atlanta every single year as a child, and I used to be so geeked up because my uncle was the only one left that had a PlayStation 2. One year I came there and I was ready, and I was running into the living room because that's where he kept his station. Well, I found out he sold it. And I said, why did you sell it? And if you were selling it, why didn't you tell me? Because I would have bought it. But you know, he's not taking me seriously because he feels like, oh yeah, you're just... But nevertheless, that is a classic. Metal Gear Solid, another classic. Resident Evil 4, classic. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Vice City kind of gets slept on. Vice City was pretty fun. Like, that was fun. What else? God of War. Not versed fully in the series. I played a little bit of it, but I really like the game. Bully. Lord. Let me tell you, when I say Bully was my game, that was my game. And I'm not saying that, like, and don't at me, I know certain things were for those stations too, but I'm just saying for things that I played on the PlayStation 2. So the PlayStation 2 was really fun, and I had Bully for I played on the PlayStation 2, but I also played it on the Wii, mostly on the Wii. So I'm not gonna like fully eat it up, but I'm just saying I love that game. Devil May Cry, which we just spoke about. What else? Persona, I've never played it myself. I've always watched gameplays of it, but I've never played it myself, so I can't fully credit it like, oh well, this is why. But if that started on there, that was a great game. Dance Dance Revolution was on it too. Just putting that out there, with the map that you used to be able to like roll out and just have it that you do Dance Dance Revolution at home. So off the rip right there, it already won. Guitar Hero, that was a big thing. I had DJ Hero for Xbox, so I know this is a PlayStation talk, but I had it for Xbox. I love that. That thing made me feel like I am going to become a DJ. I'm going to be out here mixing my own tracks. I mean, I still do a little bit of DJing, you know. I ain't gonna give you my SoundCloud out, but you know, surely do a little bit of DJing here and there. But yeah, these are all great ones that I can say that I really enjoy. Manhunt, I've been watching recent gameplays of it. It's kind of disturbing, so it's hard for me to watch, even though someone's gonna be like, how is it disturbing if you play Grand Theft Auto? But Manhunt, I guess because it's like more so like I'm an insane asylum and stuff like that. So yeah, these are all great titles that were released on the PlayStation 2 throughout the years, and I myself can say that I enjoyed a good amount of those games. So that's why I'm gonna say that PlayStation to me is the prime one to say that this is the top champion. All right, what else? Let's make sure that we did not miss any questions. What else? Yeah, I think we got everything. Like, I think that we have really like swept the whole board. Wow. So, oh my gosh, this is great. I feel accomplished. I finally got to do this video. So yeah, so those are like my opinions on stuff. Honestly, I would love to hear everyone else's opinions too, like commenting below, like what's your favorite games? What station do you feel is the primary station? What do you think are the best games ever released, and what are your favorite games? So I would love to hear just all of that, and I would love to hear like the Boruto Deku debate, because I know it's gonna be a few people that's like so I want to hear about that. And overall, like, I'm happy that you guys watched and came through. There will be another Resident Evil 2 gameplay. I'm trying to get that up and ready. I'm probably gonna film it today, so if you see a video with the same clothes, I ain't recycle it. I just started playing the game. So I'm gonna try to do that. And overall, like, thanks for watching, and everyone who asked questions, I want to say thank you so much, because you know, as a new YouTuber, I'm gonna wrap this up quick because I know you probably don't care. As a new YouTuber, it's very intimidating to kind of get out there and to have so many people interested to ask enough questions for 22 minutes. Well, it's after 22 minutes now, but 22 minutes worth of questions. It's really nice to see that, and I'm really happy that you guys like support me and come and subscribe. You know, I have a little bit of subscribers, but at least it's something. So I'm happy that you even want to see my content. So thank you so much, and I hope that you guys come back next time to Sparkle Sugar Gaming, and have a great night. Bye.